Human ordered to share a bed with the lonely alien. Diplomat Lisa Martinez stood outside the diplomatic quarters aboard the space station New Horizon. Her hands shook as she held the official assignment papers. The words seemed impossible to believe. She had been chosen to serve as cultural liaison to Ambassador Zelia of the Zephyrian Empire. The part that made her stomach turn was the final line of her orders. Due to Zephyrian customs, the human representative must share living quarters with the ambassador. The door slid open with a soft hiss. Lisa stepped inside and gasped. The room was enormous compared to standard quarters. Soft purple lighting cast everything in an otherworldly glow. Plants she had never seen before hung from the ceiling, their leaves shimmering like jewels. In the center sat a figure that made Lisa forget how to breathe. Ambassador Zelia was beautiful, in a way that seemed almost impossible. Her skin had a pale blue tint that caught the light. Her hair flowed like liquid silver down to her waist. Her eyes were large and violet with an intensity that seemed to look right through Lisa. But what struck Lisa most was how sad those eyes looked. "Welcome, Lisa Martinez." Zelia spoke without moving her lips. Her voice appeared directly in Lisa's mind. The telepathic communication was something Lisa had read about, but experiencing it was completely different. "I apologize for the unusual arrangement, but my people require constant companionship. We cannot sleep alone without falling into a dangerous mental state." Lisa tried to find her voice. The Zephyrians had been humanity's first contact with an alien species 3 years ago. The peace treaty between their worlds was still fragile. Any mistake could lead to war. Lisa knew her job was crucial, but she had not expected this. "I understand, Ambassador. I will do whatever is needed for the success of our diplomatic mission. Call me Zelia, please." Zelia stood gracefully. She was tall, almost 7 feet. Her body was humanoid, but more elegant than any human Lisa had seen. She wore flowing robes that seemed to move on their own. "I know this is difficult for your species. Humans value privacy in ways we do not. But I promise you have nothing to fear from me. Over." The next few days, Lisa learned more about Zephyrian culture than any human before her. Zelia explained that her people had evolved as a hive-mind species. Individual Zephyrians could not survive long periods of mental isolation. Without constant psychic contact, they would fall into a coma-like state that could lead to death. The sleeping arrangement was the most challenging part. The bed was large enough for both of them, but Lisa felt awkward every night. Zelia seemed to sense her discomfort and always stayed on her side of the bed. But Lisa could feel something else emanating from the alien ambassador, a deep loneliness that seemed to pierce through her elegant exterior. On the 4th night, Lisa woke to find Zelia sitting by the window, staring out at the stars. Her silver hair caught the starlight, making her look like a figure from a dream. Lisa sat up in bed. "Cannot sleep?" Lisa asked softly. Zelia turned, her violet eyes bright with unshed tears. "My people sent me here alone, Lisa. This has never been done before in our history. A Zephyrian has never been separated from the collective mind for so long. I volunteered because I believed it was important for our species to understand yours. But I did not realize how painful it would." Lisa felt her heart break for this alien woman who had sacrificed so much for peace between their worlds. She got out of bed and walked over to Zelia. "What can I do to help?" Zelia looked surprised by the offer. "Your mind is closed to me, Lisa. I can speak to you, but I cannot feel your thoughts or emotions the way I can with my own people. It makes the loneliness worse, but also it makes you fascinating. No Zephyrian has ever experienced true solitude before. Through you, I am learning what it means to be an individual." Lisa sat down next to Zelia. "Is that why you seem so sad but also curious?" Zelia admitted, "Your people are remarkable. You live your entire lives in mental isolation, yet you find ways to connect through words, touch, and shared experiences. My people think humans are primitive because you lack telepathy, but I am beginning to understand that your isolation has made you stronger in other ways." As the days passed, Lisa and Zelia grew closer. The ambassador taught Lisa about Zephyrian art, music, and philosophy. Lisa shared human literature, movies, and cultural traditions. She was amazed by how quickly Zelia learned and how deeply she understood human emotions despite being telepathic. The breakthrough came during the second week. Lisa woke one night to find Zelia having what appeared to be a nightmare. The alien woman was tossing and turning, her silver hair plastered to her face with perspiration. Lisa could hear soft whimpers, even though Zelia's lips were not moving. The sounds were coming directly into her mind. Zelia, wake up. Lisa shook her gently. Zelia's eyes snapped open wide with terror. The emptiness, Lisa. It was consuming me. I could feel my mind starting to shut down. Zelia grabbed Lisa's hands. Her skin was surprisingly warm. I am sorry, I did not mean to disturb your sleep. Lisa felt a sudden surge of protectiveness toward this alien woman who had given up everything familiar for the sake of peace. You are not disturbing me. Zelia, we are in this together, remember. Something changed in Zelia's expression. Her violet eyes softened. You truly care about my well-being. This is not just duty for you. Lisa realized it was true. Somewhere over the past 2 weeks, she had stopped seeing Zelia as just an alien ambassador. She had become a friend. Maybe something more. No, it is not just duty. You are important to me. Zelia, not just for the peace treaty, but as a person. Zelia's eyes filled with tears. In my culture, we share everything. Thoughts, emotions, experiences. But with you, I am learning something new. The choice to care for someone not because you must, but because you want to. This is what humans call love. Is it not? Lisa felt her cheeks burn, but she nodded. Yes, that is what we call love. From that night forward, everything changed between them. Zelia still could not read Lisa's mind, but she learned to read her expressions, her body language, the tone of her voice. Lisa learned to interpret the subtle changes in Zelia's telepathic voice, the way her skin changed color slightly with different emotions. The diplomatic mission was a success. The peace treaty was signed and trade agreements were established. But both women knew their time together was ending. Zelia would have to return to her home world and rejoin the collective mind. Lisa would go back to Earth on their last night together. They lay side by side in the bed they had shared for a month. I will never forget you, Lisa. Zelia said, her mental voice soft with emotion. When I return to my people, I will carry the memory of what it means to choose to love someone. This gift you have given me will change how my people understand yours. Lisa turned to face her. What will happen to you when you go back? Will you be okay? We'll survive. And I will be different. My people may not understand at first, but I will help them see that humans are not primitive. You are simply different. And that difference is beautiful. The next morning, Lisa watched from the observation deck. As Zelia's ship departed, she pressed her hand against the viewport as the sleek vessel disappeared into the stars. A single tear rolled down her cheek, but she was smiling. 3 months later, Lisa received a transmission from the Zephyrian Empire. It was from Zelia. The message was brief, but it changed everything. Lisa, my friend, I have convinced my people to establish a permanent cultural exchange program. I have volunteered to return as the permanent ambassador. Will you consider serving as my liaison again? The bed in my quarters is quite comfortable, and I find I sleep much better when I am not alone. Lisa laughed through her tears as she prepared her reply. She had found something she never expected among the stars, a love that transcended species and changed 2 worlds forever.